My name's Rory Zambard. I'm the CEO of the Keala Foundation, and our mission at the Keala Foundation is to build communities that support the youth of Hawaii. So what we do is we build CrossFit gyms or other programs on the island of Kauai and eventually the rest of Hawaii that invite kids into our community to provide them with a safe environment to grow up in and build relationships with adults. So we pick them up from school, we provide transportation, bring them to the gym, we work out, we feed them, and then we take them home every day after class. And what ends up happening, fitness is a great byproduct of what we do, but it's not the objective. The objective is to build an environment that will allow these kids to thrive, to give them a place where they know they're loved, they know they belong, we push them, we challenge them, and we encourage them to grow. So what happens in the gym every day is it's not just exercise, it's about building life skills and seeing these kids through the most formative and critical years of their life. The Ultimate Hawaiian Trail Run is our major fundraiser that happens every September to benefit the Keala Foundation. We invite people from all over the world to participate in this event in one of the most pristine and beautiful locations on Kauai. It's an unbelievable 10K or a 5K or a team event that happens through some untouched pieces of land that you can't access any other time of year. So what this event does is it builds a community that helps us build community for kids 364 days out of the year outside of the run.
We're out here at CrossFit Poipu. We've got the athlete workout. A bunch of people donated a chunk of change to come out here and work out with myself and all the other awesome athletes. So we're doing a warm-up right now. We'll move into some barbell work and then a big old chipper at the end. 6 rounds in total, 2 chunks of the different movements. All right, so one partner is starting on the machine, one partner is starting on the med ball. You guys will rotate after 30 seconds and then you'll both rest for 30 seconds. Or not both at the same time, but eventually, yeah? All right, cool. So bikers are gonna rotate to the ball. Med ballers are gonna get that little rest period and then you guys will end up on the bike. But let's get the clock rolling out here, coach. It's gonna be 9 minutes of warm-up time. Here we go. But we'll bring it in nice and tight. Just kind of recap the class. Hopefully you guys had a lot of fun. I know I enjoyed that. I feel like the workout was a good, you didn't really have to think. You could kind of just go and share that work with everybody, and sharing is caring. You guys all have heard that before, and the more I'm out here, the more I realize that giving and sharing is kind of the heart of what they're doing out here. So I'm glad that we were able to do that together. Let's bring it in. We're gonna put our hands in. We'll all break it down. Ohana means family out here, and we're becoming one big fit family. So we're gonna get everybody in the mix here. We'll go down and then up on Ohana, okay? You guys ready on that? Ohana on 3. 1, 2, 3, Ohana!
Thanks,
awesome.
guys.
Thank you guys.
Thank you so much.
Let's clean up those dumbbells.
Cody, give me a squash shot.
It's pretty grimy.
My bad. What is this guy? Oh, this is your beef one. Yeah, that's my beef drink.
Oh, better.
Tacos. It's Tuesday. Cara, Stung and I rule.
Taco Tuesday!
I don't know how much I want to put in there. I want to do two. I started off as the sous chef. He cut the peppers.
And then Cara said, "Get out of my way, boy." I said, "Yes, ma'am."
All right.
Okay, the first thing is I got here and he's chopping on the counter, like straight on the counter. And then I'm like, hey, do you not have chopping boards? He's like, nah, I couldn't find any anywhere. I'm like, did you have a boy look? The second cupboard I opened had a chopping board. And he's like, yeah, I had a boy look, thanks. So he got sacked.
What are you working on?
Huh?
What are you working on?
Oh, overcrowded pans of, we call them capsicums, but you guys call them peppers and onions.
What do you call them?
Capsicum,
Why?
that's what they're called. When you buy them at the supermarket, that's what it says.
Peppers.
No, our peppers are like spicy ones. You know, like the little spicy
You know
ones?
what they call these in Australia?
What?
It's just getting there.
Peppers?
Yeah.
That's what they call peppers?
You have your own singing YouTube channel?
I did when I was 18.
And how does anybody find it?
It's on. No one will be able to find it now. It's gone, like wiped clean.
Do you still have the pipes?
No, they went away too. Only some people have heard it. Cody hears me sing all the time. Scott's heard me sing a couple times.
Can we hear you sing on this trip?
It depends. Not right now.
If you were to sing a song right now, what would it be?
I'm singing a song right now. What's like a Hawaiian themed song? Yeah, or Moana. No, that's not Hawaiian.
I don't know how you know.
Oh, I love Moana. Moana, Frozen's one of my favorite movies too.
My child loves Moana.
It's a great movie. Moana's a good one. How can you not like Moana? The Rock is in it.
And this island reminds me of CrossFit in a way. You know, they say you can go anywhere and the community's still the same. And you kind of bring it, so that we brought it over there. And we just saw the same thing. I mean, the people over there were just so like happy to be there and thankful. It was just, it showed a lot. And it was nice to be back from last year because you see a lot of the same kids. And that's just super cool. So, I don't know. You guys are also, you're killing it. I mean, it shows a lot when, you know, there's a lot of other things these kids could be doing. And to see them still in there and then new kids coming in, it just proves what you guys are doing and how well you're doing it. And it's just still awesome to see.
I was only there for a brief moment this afternoon because I just flew in, came in, like got a photo and sat down. I was having something to eat and one of the young girls came up and introduced herself to me. She introduced herself to Ryan's daughter and asked her what her name was and his wife and said what her name was and asked, actually introduced herself and asked our names. And at first I was like, oh my gosh, like you don't get a young girl that comes up and does that and just openly, introduces herself. She was so incredibly polite. And then she was having her lunch, I was having my lunch, and I'm like, she's got her fruit and her chicken and everything there. And I was like, how's your lunch? And she's like, it's great. She's like, I come here for the chicken. She's like, I just love the chicken. She's like, I love the chicken.
That's one of their things.
And I'm like, well, that's pretty good. Like, that's a win. It's like it seems so insignificant, but obviously it's working. It's like their thing. They come and they love that food and they've got great manners. So she was like the perfect example that it's working, I guess.
Yeah,
super cool.
it's definitely one of those things they get hyped. Do it for the chicken.
Do it for the chicken, yeah.
Do it for the chicken.
She
Yeah.
She's like, that's the saying, and she's like, I
when
said
you're done
it.
with the workout, the food comes.
Yeah.
You know, like the workout has to happen.
Yeah,
Is that
she's
every single day they come in, they get a
In the
workout
south
and
side, yes.
get fed every day?
Yeah, in the south side, yes.
You guys pick them up, bring them to the gym, work them out, feed them.
Take them back to their individual house.
Wow.
Oh, y'all
So
take them back
cool.
home?
I didn't know that.
There's no parents there.
Yeah.
Not a single parent comes to
That's so
that.
significant.
So it was a long time. Rory and I were just us two in the vans. First it started us two in the van, then we got another van, then it took a while, and then now we're just so lucky to grow, and we just have some awesome guys coming up the pipe that are just stepping up and really getting a heart for the program. And man, it's not hard. I mean, it's not hard. It's super hard. Like getting a van, driving both ways in traffic with kids, and to be consistently positive towards them. It's tough. So I give it up to them. First off, Kekaha, as you guys know, wasn't even here during the trail run last year. It was something we were fundraising for. It was just a thought, we were like, hey, this is our big, this is what we want to do. We want to go to another location. This part of the island needs us. And now it's there. And today, that was one of my favorite parts, just sharing that with so many of you guys that have helped us out and that have been here before. But in Kekaha, there's literally a mini mart. Like, that's where everyone gets their food. There is you have to drive significantly to a good distance to go to a supermarket or to get any type of food, like if you're hungry at this moment in time. So everyone just goes to the mini mart, and you guys know it's exactly what a 7-Eleven is, and that's what they live off of. That's what all the kids live off of. It's just completely normal. It's not something that they're like, no, is bad or good. It's just how they live. It's just, that's what they have in their town. And I'm really excited to just provide a healthy option, because I see them seeking it. I see sadness. I see, so many people that they're not physical able to do things. As they get older, it's just, I just can't do this anymore. And as we all know, like, as we get with CrossFit, you just get better with age. You're always improving. So I'm just excited to really get this kitchen. I really just want to provide super simple, healthy options. Great coffee, some type of green smoothie. There's no greens in their diet. There's nothing fresh, and just something for them to just start being curious. And then the beautiful part is that there's just the most amazing CrossFit gym right next door. So they're gonna come in, they're gonna start eating something delicious. They're gonna just want it because it's a really beautiful gym. Kekaha is known to be just like dusty, old. They don't ever get anything new. So Rory and I had a tremendous honor just being able to bring like a world-class facility to that community. I can't wait to just, it's one of those things like you guys got to see it for yourself. It literally stands out. It's in the heart of Kekaha too. It's right in the middle of the town, and it's just been growing every day. So I just know with the new kitchen and the nutrition implement, it's just going to continue to just grow slowly but surely.
This passion that I have for these gyms is basically, it's come from great pain. Over the years, I've worked with hundreds of families and kids, and I've just watched so many suicides and all just happening all around. One just happened yesterday, in fact, a really close kid of mine that I know that was working within the program several years back, and that's what inspires me to do these and put these gyms and these environments in the community, because there is nothing. I've been involved in recovery and prevention for 20 years, and I haven't seen anything that's successful on the islands, and it's this truly works. And for me, I go to any length to make this happen. I dedicate my whole life, every resource that I have, and just everything I have, I give everything.
you get a great mixture of kids that come in the gym. There's some kids that are really have wonderful homes and great parents that are so proud of them and support what's going on and are very encouraging of our program and involved. And then you have the complete opposite side of the spectrum with kids that are raised by their grandparents, their parents in jail. They're strung out. They don't know where they are. They're missing. Haven't seen them in a year. Just like you get opposite ends of the spectrum. And what's really unifying about our program is we don't care. Like, we're not going to treat you different because this is happening here. I'm going to love on you the same regardless of what you're going home to. And so we're not especially interested in catering to a certain group of kids. It's just to love on kids. And as a result of that, you get equal playing field. They're all receiving and giving and encouraging each other just like we are to them. And that it's unifying and it creates less boundaries. And then they go to school the next day and all of a sudden that kid they worked out with that they never talked to in class, they're going to talk to now because you go to CrossFit. And now they have a Hanai family, means an adopted family, right? So we are their Hanai family, and you invite them in, and that's genuinely what it's become, is a giant Hanai, that you have kids from every walk of life, parents from every walk of life, interested, disinterested, it doesn't matter, but they're gonna be there and they're gonna get what we serve, love on a platter every day. And fitness, that too. Tell me one 12-year-old that really feels special. None of them do. Probably anywhere in the world. And then you have these kids on Kauai that are genuinely feral children. They're half of them raised themselves, and you have people coming from all over the planet to pour into them and say that you're worth it. I traveled here from this place to run in a race so that you can do this for the rest of the year. That is, it's unheard of. It's unheard of. And you hear about what's happening in Kekaha, and you hear about what's happening in Ohlsen, and it is rootsy. Like, the transformation that's happening on this island it's God-driven, and it is God-centered, and it is powerful. There is impact being made every day, and it's has nothing to do with CrossFit kids, it has so much more to do with the power that's held in community. And when you find a common bond, that you can transform an entire island. You can transform so many people just by latching on to that one healthy thing in your life. And what is so special is that we have not only the momentum of our staff and our internal circle, we have the momentum of 16,000 affiliates around the world saying, yeah, go for it. And that push is, there are little kids in Ohlsen. We were talking about this a second. There's kids in Kekaha that will never drive to the south side of the island. They will not leave Waimea. They will not go 10 miles down the road their whole life. And we're packing them in a van on Thursday to come to Poipu. And that's gonna be transformative alone. Think about that. I've never been 10 miles away from my house. And you provide that opportunity. And it's not about CrossFit, it's about all of us it's about us getting rid of our selfishness for a second. That's really what it is we have thrown caution to the wind. Juan, myself, our team of people, and we work hard every day to be able to provide an opportunity for these kids. And it's fucking hard. By the way, this is not easy. It is not easy, and there are many, many, many moments where we just look at each other and go, oh my God, what are we in for? And it's hours and hours and hours and hours of work so that we can pick up a kid in Kekaha and drive them to Poipu and change their life. 10 miles is really all it is. So if that's not a metaphor for all it takes to change someone else's life, is to move them from one town to the next, it's really that easy. Take that home with you, because it doesn't take much. but it does take a heart and a willingness to be able to do it. And so we see impact that is unbelievable every day. And that's not even starting to talk about what happens in adults' lives. You know, we talk often about what happens in these kids' lives, but my life has changed. Juan's life has changed. Tyler's life has changed. Hoffy's life has never been more different. And we're talking about just our team, and then we see people come here for the race and leave different. We see people come and stay with us overnight. We see people who are meth addicts that are now sober for years, stringing a year, 2 years of sobriety together because they came and volunteered at a kids class, and they leave different. It's a really special thing that's happening here, and it has grace wrapped around it, and it's really cool to be a part of, and I'm really glad you guys get to see it. And I would just encourage you to absorb it and look at it for what it is, not what it looks like. You know, it's heavy. There's a weight that it's placed on it. You know, and it looks fun and it looks bubbly, but it's heavy. And to try to peel the scales off your eyes for a second when you drive around the island tomorrow. You know, Shipwrecks, that was so beautiful where you guys were filming raw mods the other day, is one of the biggest places for drug deals to go down. Just look at the parking lot across the road, right? Look at where all the uncles are surfing. You know, that's where dope's getting slung, and the kids all look up to them because they're great in the water. And so you just peel the scales off your eyes and absorb it for the epidemic that's happening on an organic level here, and that we're just 10 miles away from making a change. That's all it is. Driving down the road and shake up what's normal and be brave enough to do it.